Good morning. Today I did the draw at 7:20 a.m. Position myself. I got the camera kind of all cockeyed. I've had some issues this morning with my technical. Today is January 8th, 2025, which is a 9, and it is a 1-8 energy. So something new, quite solid. And it is going to cause us to need to pull back a little bit and think. Mercury Day. It's about balancing our emotions, grounding, and pulling out our intellectual skills. The beads for today are emerald, amethyst, lapis lazuli, rainbow fluorite, black kyanite. And what do we have? Well, our deck today is the meeting of the other kin. And you can see I have an armadillo and a turtle. Our Ace of Wands is relating to fire and our fourth, fifth, and sixth house. Our family, our creative ways, and how we go about being of service. We are starting in many ways something new in our fourth house in Taurus, as it is applying to Uranus in Taurus. The power of fire, burning passions, our primal drives, and most fervent desires can be constructive, and it can be used to heat or illuminate, or misused to wreak havoc, to burn, damage, and destroy. Our collective will find its intentions aligning with Mars retrograde in the seventh house. The basic communication that we have with partnerships that may spark a creative fire. We are under great pressure at this time. And this pressure is forcing us to find new ways of being. It is difficult for us in our hard outer shell to make the proper changes, as we must maintain protection of ourselves, our boundaries, and our resilience. It takes balancing with bold actions. At this time, our home and planet requires careful planning, ensuring that enthusiasm does not compromise our security and our emotional health. With all the noise out there in the media, who do you even believe at this point? It is time to realize that there's a couple of different camps happening, and you must decide where you stand. We need a safe place to process how we feel to avoid further harm. By having difficulties as we are learning how we really feel. And many of us, when we are comfortable, find ourselves satisfied and unmotivated. Many now experiencing a lot of generalized anxiety. We have a choice, and you must ask yourself to seek a new way. What might that mean? Well, we've been in a sense of safety and stability for some time, but we continue to do things like eat foods that are processed and not good for us, using plastic. And our chakra is asking for stability. And for us at our root center to deal with our underlying fears. We've been filling in the blanks with what all of this means. Many of them telling themselves this is going to be a lovely experience with this new administration. Others telling themselves this is going to be the scariest thing they've ever seen. Understand, we are dancing right now in unpredictability. And how we respond definitely matters. Our Knight of Pentacles is going to relate to Earth and the third decan of the fifth house and the third decan. I think I need to re-look at that. Let's see. Yes, okay, the third decan in Leo and the first two decans in Virgo, sixth house. Right now, Mars happens to be in the seventh house. So we're just really kind of talking about this area of the chart where it is transpersonal, how we communicate and connect and treat others. That's really kind of at play. This is about the slow and steady progress of mutable Earth. In a sense, it's about who guards our lands and how they're guarded. With fire and earth, what is this reminding us? What is not burned down? Well, soil puts fires out. One will drive deeply with a sense of moon in Taurus in our fourth house, change. This is taking place within our homes and families. And as I've mentioned before, many in a state of breakdown at this point. Our inner security and stability is completely upended at this time. And many of us want to go back to the familiar. But we can't. That's not possible. We are being asked to maintain our values and take the breakthroughs as they come. Within the family dynamics, how we live is changing. How we engage and belong is currently being redefined. Many come from unpredictability. We are going to learn to balance freedom with security for the good of all. How we got here, a slow and steady process over a long deal or a long range of time. We are at a point now where there's very much a need for correction. Mars is in Cancer in retrograde, and it is ruled by our moon, which is currently in the fourth house in Taurus, suggesting that we are being asked to look at how we deal with freedom and relationships. There's a need to nurture and protect those we love, our homes, partnerships. It urges us to balance assertiveness with emotional understanding to maintain a sense of harmony. Watch being passive aggressive. Focus on security for those you love. Be of service where you can. Ask yourself what you can do to be a more peaceful and loving human. What are you doing about harmony in your life? This mutable earth, Mercury energy, first and second decan, the sun and Venus, is asking you to see yourself and do the work in a loving way. And in Leo, it doubles back and it reminds us how we assert ourselves. Mars impacts how we see ourselves. And right now, what we are seeing is a massive problem with self-worth and self-esteem, two different areas of the chart. And by stepping into divine grace, we have opportunity to correct this. With that, please click like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment and join me. This is a Decan walk, 36 spaces. And by the way, the beads of the day, I think I already covered that. Yes, I did. Thank you so much for joining me today.